We're going to begin by breathing in and allowing your whole body to relax. We take a second breath and we listen to the noises inside and outside. We let everything in and don't try to block anything out. So we breathe, relax, listen, and feel. Feel the support of the chair, the support of the love that surrounds you. Breathe and relax into the comfort and peace of God that lives within you. Be at peace in that place within you where Spirit dwells. And bring your attention to Divine Spirit. There is one power and one presence that is everywhere present with all sentient beings and all of creation. We are all part of the one, created in love and wholeness. We are one with the one. Right now, we breathe in divine love and allow that love to flow into us and from us. Examine your heart and see if there is a person or place for which you are holding resentment, an unloving thought, or an unwillingness to forgive. Breathe in divine love. Allow your heart to be filled with love that is God. Allow that love to flow into you and out from you. Let your love go to the person or place where there is resentment, unloving thoughts, or an inkling of unforgiveness. Breathe in divine love. Open your heart further and let even more love flow in. With divine love, forgiveness comes with ease and grace. Resentments and unforgiveness no longer serve you. Breathe in divine love and extend loving forgiveness to others and to yourself. We breathe in divine love and send that love out to all. For right where they are, God is. For right where you are, God is. And all is well.
And that's basically what this song is about. Well, when my son Brandon was born, he had colic, and therefore he was in a lot of discomfort, and he cried a lot. Anybody been there? His mother and I had to find ways to quiet him down so that we and the neighbors could sleep. We would drive the car around the block, and the movement of the car would sometimes put him to sleep. One night I had an idea for this song, and I wanted to write the lyrics down before I forgot them. But it was very dark, and I didn't want to wake him up by turning on the light. So I opened the refrigerator door, and this song was written by that light. He stayed asleep, and the lyrics were not forgotten. Today, my life has really changed. A brand new life now bears my name. There is no way I can explain. So much joy from so much pain. Never thought it would be me. Counting toes and losing sleep. And baby powder smells so sweet. God has smiled on you and me. Ain't he got his mama's eyes? And you can tell he'll be a singer by the way he cries. I am as proud as I can be. God has smiled on you and me. God has smiled on you and me. He gave the breath of life to our baby. Now he has done his masterpiece. God has smiled on you and me. God has smiled on you and me. Thank you.
Thank you for that. My name is Lark Zunich, and I did too much yesterday. Too many up and downs, and my knees are killing me, so I'm not going to be able to go up and down the stairs, but I definitely wanted to be here. So I may rock a little bit today, bend my knees a little bit to stay comfortable. So our spirit groups, our spirit circles, are reading Brené Brown's book, Braving the Wilderness. And in this book, she talks about the difference between belonging and fitting in. During her research, she had the opportunity to work with a large group of middle school students. She broke them into small groups and asked them to define the difference between belonging and fitting in. Here's what they said. Belonging is being somewhere you want to be and they want you. Fitting in is being somewhere you want to be, but they don't care one way or another if you're there. Belonging is being accepted for being you. Fitting in is being accepted for being like everyone else. If I get to be me, I belong. If I have to be like you, I fit in. These kids are wise, and they understand there's a difference in being accepted for being authentically yourself versus feeling alien and only being accepted if you toe the line, fit in, or look and speak like those around you. Now, not belonging in school can be a painful experience, but not belonging at home can be heartbreaking. Here's what they said they feel like when they don't belong at home. Not living up to your parents' expectations, not being as cool or as popular as your parents want you to be, not being good at the same thing your parents were good at, your parents being embarrassed because you don't have enough friends or you're not an athlete or a cheerleader, your parents not liking who you are and what you like to do, when your parents don't pay attention to your life. Wise young people. Can you imagine the energy it takes to fit in at school and at home? There would be no safe place for your spirit to thrive. I often think that grandchildren bond so strongly with their grandparents because grandparents have learned the art of acceptance. They love their grandchildren and create a safe place of belonging for them. I know when my nephew was having trouble at home and at school, he would come and stay a couple weekends a month at our house. My mom made sure that he got filled up. She filled him up with love and joy and food. After a while, his twin sister, who was not having any trouble at all, insisted on coming along for those weekends because her brother always came home so relaxed and happy and at peace after spending a weekend with Grandma. So I am thankful to all of you grandparents who keep love and unconditional acceptance alive in all the striving and struggling young people around. You see, belonging at any age is far more important than fitting in. But to belong means you have to risk being authentically you. As it is Father's Day, I want to use my dad as an example. My dad loved teaching. It was his thing. It was his happy place. He started his career as a third-grade teacher. And during the school year, he would teach in the public school system, and in the summer, he was a lifeguard and a swim teacher. But Dad felt that he had to leave public school teaching when he realized he could not support a family of 6 on a teacher's salary. After starting a new career, Dad continued sharing his gift and living his happy place by teaching Sunday school. He was the superintendent of the church school for many years. He loved all young people, and they loved him right back. He was fun because he played games. He laughed loudly and often, and he loved to make sure there were good eats at every event. He also had an unusual superpower. If there was a kid who was different, however that manifested, they would be attracted to my dad like bees to honey. Discipline problems, learning disabled, ability challenged, teased or bullied by other kids, more interested in thinking and dreaming than doing, or any other way a child didn't feel like they fit in with his or her peers, these were the kids who loved my dad the most. He included them. He always made sure they were part of the Sunday school lesson and a vital part of the games on land or in the pool. And he made it clear he was their friend. This superpower followed him into Little League coaching. His first year coaching, he had the most interesting ragtag group of 8-year-olds of any of the coaches in the league. Yet he helped them create a supportive team and being supportive players to each other, all except one, Gregory. Gregory's parents had died that year. He went to live with his grandparents. His grandparents enrolled him in Little League to help him find friends and fit in with his new living situation. Gregory, along with all the other boys, learned the fundamentals of how to throw the ball, the proper stance for batting, and all the baseball swagger an 8-year-old needs to play the game. His grandparents faithfully brought him to every practice and every game. All the years my father coached, he made it clear to us that we were to encourage and cheer on every player. He made sure every boy played an equal amount of time in every game and was included as part of the team. But Gregory was not your typical 8-year-old baseball player. He played, and I use that word loosely, the position of center field. That was a safe place to put him because at age 8, the boys rarely hit it out of the infield. But Gregory would go out into center field and turn his back on home plate. He put his hat on backwards and his mitt on the opposite hand. This meant he was looking out into the open field rather than at play in the game. I guess he thought with his hat on backwards, we wouldn't notice he was not paying one bit of attention to the game. He spent his time in the field watching butterflies, the shape of clouds passing by, One time he got on his hands and knees to look for four-leaf clovers, and generally he enjoyed the out-of-doors. No matter how many times we said, "Gregory, turn around," he just ignored us. It was clear Gregory did not care about baseball or being part of the team. I think the only friend he made was my brother Jay. And that friendship had a lot more to do with the urging of my father, not to mention Jay's and Gregory's total fascination with everything boogers and spit, of which they both had plenty. At the end of the season, when it was painfully clear that Gregory was not interested in making friends, and he didn't care about baseball, my dad suggested to the grandparents that they enroll Gregory in the Ranger Rick Nature Club. He pointed out all the workshops at the local nature center. As far as sports went, my father told them about his experiences as a competitive diver in both high school and college. It was an individual sport, and he made friends as part of a swim team. Dad thought Gregory might enjoy something that required an individual effort, such as swimming, tennis, archery, or even fencing. My dad felt that it wasn't that Gregory was uncoordinated, though personally, I did not ever see that coordination, but rather it was that he had no interest in baseball. Gregory had not found his niche. We didn't see Gregory in Little League the next year. I often wondered what happened to him. Where did he find his niche? What I liked about Gregory is that he was just himself. He didn't even try to fit in. He was true to his own inner guidance and played by his own rules. And I appreciated that my dad allowed it. I don't think Gregory had a clue that peer pressure existed. Maybe he was still grieving the loss of his parents and needed time to heal before he was ready to take on the world. Or maybe he did find his niche and joyfully spent his time being Gregory. Belonging at any age is far more important than fitting in. Creating a spiritual community where everyone belongs means creating a safe place for sharing, disagreeing, loving, and forgiving. To do that, we all need to risk being authentic, real, true to yourself. Even for an adult, this can be a scary undertaking. Recently, Richard wanted us all to say an affirmation or a mantra that he felt would raise our vibration, raise our consciousness, and achieve greater heights of joy, aliveness, and amazing life experiences. But I know it is actually dangerous to repeat an affirmation that you do not agree with, body and soul. You can actually send yourself, your spirit, and your journey and your experiences backwards if you are affirming something that does not resonate within your truest self. Saying an affirmation that is not yours, it can create a phenomenon known as toxic positivity. Toxic positivity is any time we are putting on a happy face or a positive spin on something that is not really a positive experience for you. Toxic positivity involves ignoring your feelings or innermost beliefs and trying to fit in with the spiritual crowd. It involves denying your authentic self to portray the spiritually enlightened person that you think you should be. Let's say you repeat an affirmation such as, "I am healthy, wealthy, and wise." And as you're saying that, there is a blurt of disbelief or negativity going on inside your head at the same time. That is also toxic positivity. Aloud, you say, "I am healthy." But inside, you think, yeah, except for my aching knees, creaky back, and wandering memory. Aloud, you say, "I am wealthy." But in your mind, all you can see is an anemic bank account and a stack of bills that need to get paid. Now you're fighting with what you would like to experience and what is actually dwelling in your human experience at the same time. Denying your actual feelings and beliefs does you no good. Instead of feeling and experiencing health and wealth, your earthbound ego mind is reminding you that you are enjoying neither of these things. The more you repeat the affirmation, the less you feel or experience it, until you come to the conclusion that health and wealth are just not for you. Or you decide that affirmations don't really work. Sometimes the conclusion is, God doesn't want me to be healthy or wealthy. I think toxic positivity is related to thinking of affirmations like a cosmic vending machine. If I just keep affirming one thing, like putting coins in the vending machine, then God or the universe must grant me my affirmation, like a bag of chips or a candy bar falling from the machine. I have heard people say things like, my house will sell quickly and for more than the asking price, over and over again, thinking that if they just repeat it often enough, it must come true. Cosmic vending machine. Instead, what is really happening is that the fear mind is being fed over and over again. Because behind that affirmation is the fear that your house will not sell quickly, but languish on the market. Not only that, but there is a fear that it might sell for less than the price that you need. When creating or repeating any affirmation, get down to what is true for you, true in your beingness, true in your spirit. Acknowledge your fears, and then you can affirm what you know, your heart and soul knows, is the truth. For example, the place to start might be, God is my source and supply. Or, God is within me, and I surrender all my fears of lack. Do you know when you hit on a truth? Do you have some sort of physical reaction, or is there a yes inside your head when something is spiritually right on the nose? I know when I've hit on something that is spiritually absolutely true for me, or is an undeniable spiritual truth, because my nose tickles and my eyes tear up. That is my confirmation signal that it is the truth with a capital T. That is my confirmation signal that it is real, it is of God. What is your confirmation signal when something is the truth? Think about it. Do you get a gut feeling or butterflies in your stomach? Does your body fill with peace? Do you hear angels sing or an inner voice that says, yes? Do you know what your confirmation signal is? Take a moment and think about how you would describe your confirmation signal. Do you have it? Now share that description of your confirmation signal with someone nearby, next to you, in front of you, or behind you. How do you know and feel the truth? Don't be shy. Let it out. All right, 1, 2, 3, eyes on me. Yes, I was a teacher too. What I am guessing is that your confirmation signal and the one just shared with you are not exactly the same. They might be similar, but our confirmation signal from Spirit can be very individual. Yet everyone has one. Everyone has that gut feeling or the yes feeling or the happy tears or some other way to know when you've hit on the truth, what is real or what is right for you. So it stands to reason if you're saying an affirmation and you're not getting the confirmation signal, you might be wandering into toxic positivity or cosmic vending machine thinking. A few weeks ago, Reverend Rogers gave us an affirmation to repeat 100 times a day. He also said we could pick our own affirmation. So as the congregation was chanting that affirmation, my body was saying, no, no, no. I did not get any nose tickles. I actually got a horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach. I went home that afternoon knowing that affirmation was not mine and would do me more harm than good. I figured out what my affirmation would be. I could say and believe, I surrender my sorrow and pain to God and receive complete healing. That I could repeat 100 times. Then I sent an email to Richard and explained that in my head, I was having some pretty loud and negative self-talk to his affirmation. I sent him the affirmation that I felt good about repeating each day. I got to admit, I was a little nervous about doing that. Fitting in would have been repeating that affirmation with the rest of the congregation, even though it made me feel uncomfortable, and I knew it would eventually be a bad place in my life. I know I'm not in that good, positive space he wanted us to be in, but I really needed to belong. I needed to know that I was accepted right where I am in my spiritual journey, warts and all. I cannot tell you how relieved I was and how truly loved and accepted I felt when I got Richard's email response. He said, "I love your affirmation. I will hold that for you. Thank you for all the ways you bless Unity of Prescott and my life." Well, that brought on all kinds of nose tickles and tears. He got me. He accepted my baby steps toward a more abundant life. He showed me that I belonged and was a valued member of the congregation. I can't tell you how good it feels to be authentic, true to myself, and have that feeling of true belonging. Belonging at any age is more important than fitting in. Reverend Rogers showed me that he is interested in creating a spiritual community where everyone belongs. We are creating a safe place for sharing, disagreeing, loving, and forgiving. We are creating a place you can take the risk to be your authentic self and lean into genuinely caring and sharing with others. We are creating a community where you can be real and belong. Many people, when they come to Unity for the first time, have the same reaction I did. Wow, this place feels good. This is where I belong. So let us get to know your authentic and unique self. I encourage you to join a group, be part of a volunteer team, attend a social event, join a book study, or sign up for the next Spirit Circle. You can be an author and contribute to our 40 Days of Gratitude journal, teach Sunday school, or sing in the choir. Let folks get to know you and your authentic self. Here, you don't need to settle for fitting in. Here, you can belong. Remember, belonging is being somewhere you want to be and they want you. You are wanted here. Let's take that into prayer. We join together our hearts to be one with the divine mind, divine love, divine source of all that is. For we are all one with the one. And we give thanks to be our authentic self, to be accepted, to find our loving friends, and to belong. We give thanks to God for belonging to Unity of Prescott. For here we can laugh and cry and belong. So I release this prayer into divine mind, knowing it is already done. And so it is. Amen.
I want to tell my boy what to do and what to don't. I want to hear him promise what he will and he won't. I'm only trying to help him, I know you understand, but he can't hear me, 'cause I'm his old man, so I talk to God about it. I talk to God about it. Can you help me? I talk to God about it. I talk to God about it. And when I listen, God talks to me. I get up every morning, do the best that I can. Life is in session, there are many demands. It used to be hard to get the answers I need, but I found a way, and it's working for me. That's it. Talk to God about it. I talk to God about it. I talk to God about it. And when I listen, God talks to me. I want to tell myself what to do and what to don't. I want to hear me promise what I will and I won't. I take time to get quiet and stick to my plan and listen to that voice whenever I can. Yeah. I talk to God about it. I talk to God about it. I talk to God about it. And when I listen, God talks to me. Thank you.